What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video in Corecraft. We're back. We're back today with something in my hand. We got bees. Bees, I tell you. And with those bees, we have a new area that we are exploring. We're about 1,000 blocks to the north, I think it is, of our old base, and this is going to be an area dedicated to bees. I love the look of this area, and I think it'll be a nice spot with the red sand. I don't see it used a lot, and I think we could make something very nice. We got the ocean right over here as well we could do something with, but I think it's going to be a really nice area. And the first step to all this is going over the bees we got, because I haven't showed, but I got different bees. There's at least one bee in here, at least one bee in here, and 3 bees in this one as well. This one I got the achievement for, so that's how I know it. And we got those randomly while growing some oak trees for a project we're working on, some chests and some hoppers and stuff like that. But that'll be another time that we will go and see that project, because I'm waiting till it's done. It's going to be really nice, I think. So we're going to get the bees set up here. We got this area because I thought flowers could grow on it, but it doesn't seem like they can from a few tests. But we'll grow our trees on here as well. But nice little thing to know. You only get seeds and grass from this, I guess. So we had to go back to our starter iron farm and get some poppies. We got that all set up. We got some birch wood as well for this area. I'm curious how that's going to look with this and if we should strip it or not. But with all things, we need to first clear out this area and flatten it out a bit. So we're going to do that and smooth it out, and we'll be right back with that. So let's get that done now. And we done flattened out a bit more land for the bees. All flattened out and ready to go. I'm actually debating where to put most of the hives once I start getting them, because I think this area right here will be a nice little starter area for the bees. We'll just put them along here, the shoreline, with a loud squid that will not be quiet, and other like animals. And I think we could make like a nice little area to get some bees here, and then we can move them maybe up into the sides of the mountains all around. I think it'd be quite an interesting idea. But let's get these bees over here and set in place. Alright, so we don't have a lot of materials at the moment, but since those guys are being so loud, we are going to turn them down a little bit right there. And they should be a little quieter on us. But, we are going to get this all built up. I think we're going to just do a small box-like area for now, and then maybe expand it to look something nicer, since we have limited resources at the moment. Was running some textures by each other for this, and I think that we're going to go with the strip, because this just stands out too much against the coloration of this. This is more grayish and matches with the terracotta, regular terracotta. Not really the orange as much, but the regular terracotta. I think it'll match up decently like this, so we'll have to strip all these different logs. And honestly, if you want a quick way to do this, just get this in your right hand, hold right click, and you can just do this insanely quickly. And it should strip all the logs. So quick little tip if you're looking for it. You can just go around and strip them all, and we'll put them back as well. Only these corners I think are going to be birch for now though, and we'll build them 3 up since we don't have a lot. But we're gonna get the base of this built and be right back. So we got our nice little atrocious looking bee hut at the moment. This is definitely getting swapped out in the future because it just looks a bit odd. It just doesn't mesh very well with it. So I think we're going to end up replacing it later, but for now we're going to keep it as the corners just for the heck of it. But we got our little bee looking area in there. I'll probably replace that with glass. It can also be used as a filter for smaller bees probably, so we can just put these hives down as well. So this is going to be our 3 bee hive. Let's place this carefully like that. They cannot escape if they have a block in front of them. They can return though. So a nice little fact right there about the bees. You can hear them right there. Let's pop them all out. Oh, and there they all go. Looks like this hive was actually empty, so that's a bit odd. We can get some flowers for them though, and breed them up like that. And also turn our particles back on as well so we can see that they are doing that. Let's give the little bee some flowers as well. Wonder if we could age these up like much quicker with flowers. Let's just give them a whole stack, see what happens. And there they go. Oh, another bee popped out. So we're going to have to put campfires underneath these hives so we can harvest some honeycomb from them initially. But it looks like they're all cruising about. We'll find sneak out real quick. And looks like they're happy, crowded all around the flowers. We'll need to make some more hives for them as well. So that's our next step, to get those campfires ready and get the hives up and running. So we got our campfires all crafted up. We can put them right down in there and get some hives right away. We just need to tuck ourselves in before the bee pushes us out. And they all went back inside, so we can do this real quick. I think it can be directly one block under, but we're going to double check that. So I think directly below is okay, so we're going to get one below. It's actually lit by default. I did not know that. And so we should be able to harvest this without being attacked. If we are attacked, we will just run. So, shear. Oh. Okay, we see good. We got 3 as well. So, and we got this as well. We cannot harvest that because we did not put the campfire down yet. But we're going to put that down and then put this here as well. Just making sure the bees don't burn themselves on the campfire because they can do that, I learned, in a tragic accident sometime else. But there we go, we got some more there as well. All these baby bees cruising around, and we can cook us up 2 more hives. And that's the other reason using slabs in there might be an interesting idea, because you could keep baby bees in there. For example, if you put these hives over there and then put flowers on the other side, and the baby bees grow up on this side, they will go into these hives, I'm pretty sure. I haven't tested it thoroughly, but the big bees cannot fit through here, so they shouldn't go in these hives yet. The baby bees might though, so we need to put some glass on these windows as well to make sure that they stay in. We're going to even put a little roof on this place, and it's a little cozy, a little tight in here, but it'll just have to work until we figure out a better area and a better solution. And it's going to be much bigger and much better. I'd love to run this across the whole cavern walls, canyon walls, correction, and have this be like a giant bee area around here. I think it'd be really interesting. And we're just going to keep collecting some stuff until we got a nice stockpile. We'll keep breeding some bees and make sure this project gets underway. Oops, I was just mining through this area to see what it looked like if we dug into the cave, but it seems like we've already been gifted a little cave area right here, so we can actually use this. Put a lamp down here, one hanging here, one hanging here, and one here. And then put a few blocks down and see what it would look like if we cracked open the cave like this. Because this is actually perfect. And we can just see what it would look like. It has to be 3 high, I think, for it to look nice at least. We dig in a little more and then bring out this area right here. Maybe throw some supports down to the next area down below with some, maybe acacia would match this nice because it's already a red. But as you can see, it doesn't stand out much at the moment because it's natural blocks. So we're going to have to replace those real quick. So we threw some birch down and we can kind of see it. Let's just float back a little bit. That doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look amazing either. It does stand out though once you get a different block of a different palette. I think it's a nice little area right there. It divides the mountain almost in half, and we can just have it run all the way around this mountain. I think instead of a traditional like box farm, we'll just have it like wrap all the way around, which could be really interesting. I might need to bring my beacon over though to cut everything out, so we're going to have to go get that from our last location. And here's our beacon. We were doing some mining at a different project site actually, and so that's why we have it underground here. We needed some stone for what's the cooked stone called? But smooth stone. And so we brought it over here to do some mining. While we're at it at lower levels, we found 18 diamond ore throughout this level. I mined a little bit up there and a little bit down here as well, but not a lot. But we got 17, 18 ore. I couldn't remember what I initially said, but I think it was 18 in total. I have it up in the chest on the surface, and as soon as we're done mining this, we can go mine that. This is also some spoils we found in there as well. Oh, we put 3 more in here as well, so add that to the total. We got some redstone and some gold as well, which is always useful. Redstone we were running a little bit low on anyways, so always nice to have that. It's 4 stacks of redstone for that ore. So we're gonna get this all mined up and go up to the surface. And with the beacon up now, we can get all 19 I actually had figured it out. Let's stack these all up in a nice little pile right here. And look at that. Perfect little pile of diamond ore. Nothing too fabulous, but a decent one at that. Look at that. Looks a lot more if you go from the front, but if you go to the side, it's like, not that impressive of a pile. So we're just going to cut that up and see how many we get. Fortune 3 right here. And we got 19, so maybe times 3 a stack if we're lucky, but I don't have much luck for ores. 43, not bad. That was roughly double plus 5 extra, so it's not bad at all. So with the beacon there, we can actually fly up and put an effect on like I was intending to. And that effect is going to be haste, of course. Most useful type of enchant, I think. Effect, technically. Not enchant, but close enough. Now we can insta-mine all this terracotta and dig out a nice little area around here in a 50 block radius that haste has effect. So we have a pretty large area to work with and play around with. And we just started the dig out and we got a bit dug already. Not a lot, but a little bit. So you can see right here, we can cruise around this whole inside right along here. And it's a pretty nice area, I think. I like the red terracotta as a floor, I think. So I might actually just leave that and just work around it, find a black palette to match with the red terracotta, because this kind of clashes quite a bit with it in look. But if anyone has any ideas, please throw them down below, because I'm not too used to working with terracotta. But this will definitely need to be dug in more for the mountain, because I'd like a 3 wide block walkway and then have the bees back a little further as well. So I think it'd be pretty interesting. We might even keep it open to where people can walk next to the bees and all like that. So it would be a pretty interesting area, I think. We're going to keep digging this out and get it done. And quick little mining done, and we got this bunch. We got a bunch of red and a bunch of regular terracotta as well. And this is actually what we got dug out. It looks a little bit similar to before, but it's pretty good. Seems like we got a mine shaft over there as well. We might check that out in a second. I think that's a spawner right on the surface, so that could be interesting. But this is how it looks. I'd love to get some glass here and run a certain type of block along here. I still don't know for certain what to run. I'm thinking maybe another type of terracotta or even red sand. Red sand could be an interesting mesh with a certain color of glass. But let's take a quick check over here to end this off and see what we got. Because we have spider spawner right there, it seems like, and a mine shaft right here as well, which is pretty neat. If I need some string, I guess I can just run over here, but small little mine shaft. It's interesting how these generated here, because it looks like It might be running through all the different mountains around the area, which is interesting, but nothing too special. I don't see any carts. I do see more gold on the surface, so that must be part of the generation of this biome, which is pretty interesting because I've never really explored it. So let's just grab the torches out of here, I guess, and the coal, and that we don't really need the rest. We already have a lot of the supply, and look at this right here as well. It's a very open area. Oh wait, is this something I mined? No, it's not, because I would have, yeah. This is one of the open dirt areas, because I know I did some mining over in that direction for some terracotta earlier, but no, this is a different area, so that's a very interesting generation. I think we're going to cut this a little bit short here. If you liked it, make sure to stay tuned in. This will definitely be expanded upon in the future, and we will make sure that these bees keep living their best lives. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to stay tuned for more. I will see you guys at another time. Peace.